Nairobi. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and Kenyans. Today, Kenya Basketball Federation is really excited to announce that we will be hosting two major premier championships coming up in November. The Women Basketball League Africa qualifiers for Group D, which is Zone 5 teams, as well as the Road to BAL Elite 16 in Nairobi. So as Kenya Basketball Federation, we are very excited to have these two championships being hosted in Kenya, because this just affirms the fact that FIBA Africa has confidence in Kenya as a host, as well as a growing basketball hub. We're looking forward to having, for the Women Basketball Africa League, we have two teams coming from Kenya, the Kenya Ports Authority, who are the winners of the league, Zitech University, who are the runners-up of the league. We have a team from Uganda, Gladiators. We have two teams coming from Tanzania, two teams coming from Rwanda, as well as a team coming from Ethiopia, making their first debut in Kenya, playing in this championship. So we're very excited to host these 8 teams. The team that qualifies from here, the two top teams from this championship, will go on to the final round of the Women Basketball League Africa that's going to take place in Cairo, Egypt in December. The games are going to be held at Nyayo National Stadium, and from the 9th to the 15th of November. Coming on to the Elite Road to BAL Elite 16, we're still waiting to know the full list of teams that are going to participate, but we're very excited to be able to host this championship once again, given the fact that we know that Nairobi City Thunder, the winners of our league, two-time winners of our league, are going to participate in that championship. These games are going to take place in Kenya from the 18th to the 23rd of November at Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium, and we're looking forward to seeing support for Nairobi City Thunder coming from across the country, as well as coming from the rest of the region. This is a great opportunity for Kenyans to watch high-stakes basketball, both for the women as well as for the men. So we're asking fans to come out in large numbers, to come and support our teams, to come and rally behind our teams. We're also asking sponsors to come on board to support basketball. Basketball is really growing in Kenya, and that's the reason why we currently have FIBA Africa having the confidence to let us host these two championships. So we're looking forward to having partners coming on board. We're still talking to a number of partners, but this is a rallying call for partners to come on board to help us be able to elevate the game of basketball in Kenya. Thank you very much. Basketball League Africa qualifiers, the games will be in Nyayo. That is the women's championship. The games will be in Nyayo. But for the Road to BAL Elite 16, the games are going to be at Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium.
But looking at the facility at Nyayo, I mean, is it really conducive to host, high caliber of teams? Because really, we set the standards last year, then surely having foreign teams here, is it a conducive place?
Having discussions and consultations with FIBA Africa, they've actually said for the women's championship, yes, we can have it here, because unfortunately we currently don't have a smaller gymnasium in Kenya that's able to host the kind of game that we're looking at, because we're looking at a much smaller, a much more conducive and gymnasium for the women's games.
Any support? Because it will take a lot for you guys to host it.
Yes,
do we have sponsors? How much is needed to host the two events?
We currently have a deficit of 41 million for the two championships, to host the two championships. Our budget was 70 million. We've been able so far to raise about 29 million. So we have a deficit of 41 million, which we're still reaching out to a number of sponsors. But one of the greatest challenges that we have obviously is first the repairs. Yes, there's a few repairs that have to go into Nyayo National Gymnasium as well as Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium. Last year we were able to do quite a bit of repairs on the floor in Kasarani, but it's been a bit unfortunate that between last year and this year we might have to kind of upgrade the facility again. And for that we've also reached out to the Ministry of Sports. We are waiting for their feedback, but we are very happy that last year they were able to support us, and we are hoping that this year they will also be able to support us on the same.
Can you break down on the amount that is needed? How much is BAL, how much is needed for BAL, and how much is needed for...
Of the 41 million, we need at least 21 million for the Road to BAL championship, and we need 15 million for the women's championship. That I just need to say that a lot of that budget is actually going towards the venues, hiring of the venues from Sports Kenya, because the hiring costs of the venues, like you know, some of you might be knowing, are quite high. The rates were actually doubled this year in Kasarani. For Kasarani, from 100,000 to 250,000 per day. So that has really taken up the cost in terms of the budgets. Right time for Kenya to start thinking about having another indoor arena, and we are hoping that we can be able to get an indoor arena, for example, like the one that we have in Kigali, Rwanda, or the one that that's in Dakar, Senegal, that can be able to host such high stakes championship. Kasarani is still quite a good venue. It just needs to be upgraded to have modern facilities. But other than that, Kasarani still works, but we need another slightly smaller or slightly smaller arena that can be able to host these high stakes championships. This would be an opportunity, especially that coming into last year, Kenya had not hosted any international championships for almost 12 years, which means that we were lagging behind in terms of understanding the logistics that come with hosting international events. But after last year, we're beginning to realize that this poses a very good opportunity for us to upgrade the facilities, come up with bigger facilities also, that basketball can really be used, because the game is growing, and the fan base is growing. We're looking at how our youth development programs are growing, and how we are getting more and more talent that is interested in playing basketball. So this is a great opportunity to start looking at how we can get into that space of having more facilities within the country. Participating have to be winners of their leagues in their countries. So if you look at, for both the Women Basketball League Africa, it's the winners of the different countries, but as well as the Road to BAL Elite 16 Championship. But there's been Road to BAL East Divisions, games that have been happening in different, 2 weeks ago, the games happened in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where Dar City won. So Dar City will be coming to join the Elite 16 East Division. We're waiting to understand which the other countries, because the other countries that will be participating, the teams from the other countries, because currently as we speak, the other division is games are actually happening in Zambia from today.